Hello everyone, welcome to Module 12, Lecture 3. So today's lecture is on body image and social media. I am Amandeep Saikia and with me is my colleague Dr. Owen Mibang.
Hello
And
everyone.
and we are both clinical psychologists and we are working as a counselor at IIT Kanpur. So I hand over to Owen ma'am now.
Thank you so much, Amandi, for the pleasant introduction. So let's begin with a quick question. So have you ever noticed yourself comparing your looks with the other when you see the social media?
Yeah, I think like as humans, we are very influenced by what we see, right? We have our five senses, and with our five senses, we gather all the information. So even me, even though I'm a clinical psychologist, like whenever I'm in different social media platforms, so whenever I see, like I, just see some actress or something, anything related to maybe our body or any positive living, eating, lifestyle, I get influenced. I would say both in a positive and a negative way.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's important for us in this lecture, especially for the viewers. It's important that we, as a professional, we are helping you understand about how body image and how the social media is affecting each other.
True.
So yeah, that's what.
And exactly, that's a very common experiences we all feel in our day-to-day life. And in today's lecture, we'll be examining how social media influences our body image, the impact of influencer and the advertisement, and most importantly, the strategies that can help us to move.
Yeah. So I think how we can start today's lecture is by understanding few key concepts, right? First, maybe we can explore what is body image, then we can understand what is social media. So let us get ahead with that.
Yes.
When we are looking at the definition of body image, so body image can refer to the way we perceive and feel about our own physical appearance. So it is deeply influenced by our emotions, our social interactions, and our cultural expectations. The second key concept that is very important for us to discuss is appearance ideals. So they are the standards that society, in a way promotes. So if I have to give an example, like whenever you see TV or any social media platform, you see that, it's promoting the slimness or certain muscular physique or, flawless skin, right? So that is what is appearance ideals, what the society is setting standards. Then the third is social media. So we all know what social media is. I have also defined that in my last few lectures, so I'll not get that in detail because I believe that the viewers, the attendees who are attending the lecture have understood by now. So I'll just explain a little further about how it is connected to our lecture today. So as I have focused earlier and told about how social media in a positive way or is helping us to connect to billions of people like worldwide at any time, anywhere, wherever you are, you can always connect. But we also have to understand that it also amplifies these ideals that I'm talking about, the standards like slim figure or flawless skin. So it is trying to amplify. Okay, and this is happening through the curated and filtered content that we are finding in online medium.
Exactly. When we scroll through this idealized images, many of us can't help but compare ourselves. And often this leave us feeling dissatisfied. And take a moment to think, has this ever happened to you? Just like I asked you in the very initial of our lecture, starting off our lecture. And don't worry, because it's sometimes most people experiences even if they don't always admit it. And now psychology gives us some really useful ways to understand why these comparisons happen. To make sense of it, let's turn a few theoretical frameworks that explain this process.
Yeah, so I just like to discuss few theories that will help us understand this a little better. So I have, as I said, that in my previous lectures, you all have listened to the different theories and maybe understood. Many of you may have been confused. So let me tell it once again. So when we are talking about how this is affecting, our body images, like one of the most important theory that is highlighted is called the social comparison theory. So that was given by Festinger, and what it says is that as humans we have the tendency to compare ourselves, right? We compare our abilities, our views with people around, but when we are talking about social media, what happens is that because we have easy access, so this social comparison theory says that we have a tendency as humans to compare ourselves with someone whom we consider is above us or below us. So this is, he told about two types of comparison. One is called the upward comparison and one is the downward comparison. So upward comparison, that is what social media is promoting. So suppose you are looking at an actress or a model, right, or anybody like, and then we are, in a way getting influenced by that. We are looking at them, okay, and then at a point we feel good, we feel motivated. But prolonged exposure to such content, what happens is that because we are comparing ourselves with someone we consider is above us, over time our self-esteem is getting affected. We are feeling lack of confidence, we have doubts about our own body. So that is there. Then we also have the downward comparison. So in social media it's mostly the upward comparison that is playing here. Then secondly is a very important theory that is called the objectification theory. So what this theory says, and it's very interesting that this theory was given in the year 1997. And
That long.
yeah, because if we see the social media, just recently, couple of years back, I would say like after COVID, the usage has increased so much, but this objectification theory is in a way trying to connect with how social media is influencing our body image, which was given in 1997. So let us try to understand what that is. So this objectification theory, it was, as I said, given in 1997. It was given by Fredrickson and Roberts. So what it says is that, like society in general, you'd see that especially with women's bodies, it's trying to objectify a lot. And in today's world, you would see that in all the media platforms, right, in Instagram or any advertisement, this is frequently happening. So the bodies are often treated as objects for evaluation. And over time what happens is individuals begin to internalize these perspectives. So on social media, this plays out through constant exposure to images which will emphasize this physical appearance. So what happens as a result is that people will engage in self-objectification, and they will continue to monitor their bodies again and again from an outsider's perspective. So they'll look at themselves, and as if they're looking at them from a distance, they will keep judging that, okay, I am not looking that good. And you'd see commonly that nowadays people are using filters, right? Snapchat, Instagram filters. So that is happening because you're objectifying yourself, you're looking at yourself from a distance, and you're like, okay, this is not good, this feature is not good, I'm not looking that good, I need to use the filter. And this keeps happening, and as a result, the result would be, of course, lack of self-esteem, doubts about your own body.
That means people are more into the curated version of themselves.
Right, right. Yeah. I'll also give an example here so that our viewers understand this theory a little better. So while I'm talking about this self-objectification, there are certain, highlighted areas. So first is exposure to objectifying culture. So imagine that a young woman, okay, so she is regularly reading women's magazine.
Okay.
Okay, and what she sees in the magazine is that there is impossible thin and beautiful models, and she may also listen to music videos where women are sexualized, right? So the second is the internalization. Because she's constantly looking at these content, what happens is she begins to believe that her own worth and desirability are determined by how closely she conforms to these unrealistic beauty standards. So then comes self-objectification, the third thing. So what she will start doing is she will frequently check her appearance in the mirror. She will scrutinize her body parts for or the entire body for flaws and compare herself to others. And when this happens, this constant self surveillance will result in increased anxiety about her appearance and also body shame. Okay, it's not someone else is doing, she's doing it to herself because she believes that she doesn't measure up to the ideals, है ना? And it leads to a broader impact because this preoccupation that is happening repeatedly with her own body, it will make it difficult for her to engage fully in other areas of her life. Whenever she is going out, she may just be very conscious, and she'll feel that others are also thinking or judging her the same way as she is doing it to her own body.
So, as you have explained the theories very beautifully, I would also like to add some of the disorders which has been given in our DSM-5 and ICD-11, which the person who are from psychological background will understand it more in depth. But in general, I would also like to cover in this particular lecture. So these mechanisms don't just stop at casual comparisons. They can sometimes escalate into serious clinical concerns. As I said, it has been given in the DSM-5 and ICD-11. So there are some of the disorders which I'll talk about. One of them is like body dysmorphic disorder, and in DSM-5 is classified under the obsessive compulsive disorder and related disorders. It involves a preoccupation with one or more perceived flaws in physical appearances, which to others may seem minor or even unnoticeable. People with BDD often engage in repetitive behaviors like mirror checking, skin picking, or seeking constant reassurances. And similarly, in the ICD-11, it is described as body dysmorphic disorder, which also highlights the persistent preoccupation with perceived defects and significant distress and impairment in daily functioning. Now, let's also connect this to eating disorders such as anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa. So, both recognized in DSM-5 and ICD-11 again and are strongly tied to distorted body image. Anorexia is marked by restricted of food intake, intense fear of gaining weight, and a distorted perception of body size. And again, in bulimia, on the other hand, involves cycle of binge eating followed by compensatory behavior like vomiting, fasting, or excessive exercise. Both have severe physical and psychological consequences. So here, if you can add some of the example from maybe from the social media influencers.
Like one thing is that like if we see like the usage of social media in today's world, right? So we'll see that mostly the teenagers and the youth, like it's more than 80%, of the youth. First, they have the access to these digital devices, and secondly, they are using this mostly for this Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitter. So you will see that over time, online, they are mostly consuming content, like in Instagram. If you see, you will see some reels, you will see some photos. So it will be either if you are, and we also know about the statistics, right? That yeah, like, and also the algorithm of Instagram, that the whatever content you see, that is what you will be, you'll keep getting such
Agree on
content
that,
more and more.
yes.
So yeah, like if you are following a celebrity, for example, and you are looking at their content and they're putting up such videos which are this highly curated version of themselves, so that is of course going to affect the mental health. And especially if we look at the young adults, the teenagers who are still exploring the world, right? So sometimes it gets difficult for them to distinguish between both of them, that okay, what is the boundary, like how do I know that I should not get affected, or when am I actually getting affected, right? But apart from that, one important thing is also that if you look at today's world, you'll also see that apart from the negative influences, even many influencers and celebrities as well, they're trying to promote this body positivity. They are putting up their they're trying to show their face without any filters or any makeup. So in that way, it is because we know, like I told about the upward comparison, right? So when the mass, the individuals who are looking at the celebrities, they are looking up to them.
True.
So when they see that even the celebrity I follow or I'm a fan of is trying to show the real side of them, not with any editing or curated version, so they will also get motivated to do that. So we also have to actually, apart from the negative, also promote this positive thing so that people are more aware and they start implementing in their day-to-day lives. Yeah, that's.
Okay, that means social media is not completely in a negative way, but some of the positive contents are
Yeah.
also there. Okay, and we have to choose wisely.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings me on social media. What we usually see are highlighted reels and the perfectly staged holiday trips, gym photos, and flawless selfies, which are actually a curated version of the people posting on that site. But let me ask you, do you think these images reflect real everyday life, as I asked before?
So see, I don't think that it is matlab showing the real life. Though there is this real life or real life, right? So
Yes.
yeah, so the thing is, uh, I don't think one will show their entire life in an online medium. So they will try to show what they think is best. So it's not like someone who is putting up their face in the online platform do not have any insecurities,
True.
right? So
Agree
they
on
will also
that.
try to show the best side of themselves, firstly for validation, because they are also wanting, so they are also actually getting affected by this social media and in a way the addiction actually. So the more likes they are getting because they are celebrities, the more likes you get, the more you want, so it's a kind of positive reinforcement. Yeah.
Okay, so now here, as we are already talking about that's just a small part of our life, not whole story of our exact whichever or whatever we all are facing in our day-to-day life, right? So here comes the social comparison theory. This theory also suggests that we tend to measure ourselves against others, especially when it comes to things like appearance, success, or lifestyle. On social media, this comparison is about upward, as you have mentioned before, and against people who seem to have it all, as it's also a curated version of their lives. And what happens then? It can also fuel feelings of envy, lower our self esteem, and sometimes even push us to chase unrealistic standards. So, what's your sense on that again?
Yeah, I just wanted to add here one thing is that if you see at these, platforms and the curated version of another person, you'll see that, like if you look at the overall picture, it is, ignoring the diversity aspect. है ना? So when we are looking at a content, maybe we are looking at someone who is in US or in, Japan. So when we are looking at objectification thing that I said, you're looking at the figures online, maybe somebody with a perfect body that is considered perfect by the society. So as I said, it is ignoring the diversity part. So when I say that, if we look at in India, we know that our country is so diverse. When we talk about diversity, it comes in terms of like the food habits, the
Yes.
culture, even like a particular state will have so many subcultures, right? So the diversity doesn't just come with food or culture, but also with the body. I'll just like to ask the viewers or maybe reflect on that. Okay, so like if somebody is from North India, South India, East or West part of the country, just try to see like the features will be different, right?
True.
Because everyone comes from different race, different background, so the features will be different, right? So their height may be a little bit different, their body structure may be different. Somebody may come with a wide hip, somebody may come with thin hip. even different parts of the body as well. So
True.
when we are trying to fit in a box, the box is the perfect body,
Hmm.
like with this much waist,
Hmm.
this much bust area. So that is unrealistic.
Hmm.
So we have to be aware as individuals taking content, we are actually eating the content, social media content.
Agree.
So whatever we are eating, we have to be mindful of this fact that what you are seeing is not diverse, it is not considering uh, the society in general or the culture from where you come. So in a way, unrealistic standards are set, right? So we have to be very much aware of that. Yeah.
Okay, so think about the kinds of product we often use as that has been like promoted by the influencers and which also contains the diet teas, waist trainers, slimmer apps. And have you come across those? So we also have to reflect on it. And when influencers endorse this, even indirectly, they reinforce restrictive and unrealistic ideas on us, which we have been constantly looking. And celebrities also play a powerful role in shaping globally beauty standards. Take for the example, what about called the Kardashian effect, which later I would like Amandeep Meme to explain it more in detail. I'll just go with it. And in this Kardashian effect, it also popularized a very specific body type or body shape, I may say, and that the younger people then try to match or surpass. And it doesn't stop there. Algorithms make this cycle even stronger, as Amandeep ma'am has already told it before. And once you like or click on one beauty or fitness post, your feeds fill with similar ads and suggestions constantly. And have you ever noticed how you explore page or feed sometimes seems to know exactly what you have been thinking about? So here I would like Amandeep ma'am to explore more on the Kardashian effect.
So yeah, in simple words, like if some of the viewers know who the Kardashians are, for those who don't know, like maybe you can Google, so I'll not get into detail of that. But the Kardashian effect, like if you look at the Kardashian family, so they have all, like in a way, shown their life, in the like in series, like you can see the entire day what they are doing and all. But the effect says that like they are trying to normalize that you can go under the knife, that you can get your surgery done, it is quite normal. So if you compare like the Kardashians, like the Kim Kardashian, then Chloe, Kylie Jenner, right? So you'll see that if you look at photos from 5 years back or videos from 5 years back, and you see now, you can see the difference, the sudden, like the plastic surgeries that they have got, and then in a way normalizing that. So that is what it is talking about. So that's what, like we have to be, not just the Kardashian effect is not about just the family, but being mindful of how it is trying to in a subtle way influence our psychology, right, our
True.
mind, that we try to normalize that it's okay to
Yes.
go under the knife, right? So that is it. Yeah.
That's the decision taking, right? People how they want to and how they are accepting it for themselves.
Right. So now that I focused on the Kardashian effect and what it is, let us look at some of the negative and positive influences, because as I said, positive is also something we have to look at. So let us look at the influences in a little bit more detail.
Okay.
Okay, so the negative influences, when we are talking about it, so you already mentioned about the,
Product promotions.
yeah,
Yes.
you already, so just to summarize, you told about the diet teas, waist trainers, the Kardashian effect, and like the algorithm thing, right? So, just being mindful of, okay, uh, what is being promoted in the advertisement. So, everything is in a subtle way. है ना कि more of, oh, you have this matcha tea, you have this diet tea, you will be healthy, right? And then just normalizing the surgery thing. Then being aware of the algorithm, like you said, that certain apps like Healthify Me. I'm not trying to promote anything. I'm just saying that it is, there are many targeted advertisement, and even recently what I have seen is like on Instagram or any other platform, they are promoting like dietitians coming up that, oh, you lose weight 52 kilos in this many months, and so they are in a way, promoting such kind of apps and platforms. Then then we have this filter culture. So when we are talking about the negative influence, we have to be aware that they're trying to promote digitally the altered appearances, and that you can achieve them. So you do this and then you will achieve, you drink this tea, you will achieve that. But let me focus more on the positive influences. I already mentioned about the campaigns, like influencers and celebrities, they are, sharing unedited photos and also real life struggles. So if you look at the story of Deepika Padukone, right? So she shared about her story of depression. So in a way that is also trying to normalize that humans are not perfect. Even though I'm a celebrity, I am not a perfect person. I also have certain mental health concerns. So that is a positive thing, people are getting influenced in a positive way. And there is this mental health advocacy. So, connected to what I said about Deepika Padukone. So,
They are also
celebrities,
prioritizing their
yeah,
mental health and telling people that's very normal for everyone to
yeah,
go through it, right?
yeah. So, it's more than your appearance, your mental health is more
Yes.
important. Then inclusive representation, you see that there are more ads and more like especially for women, you would say, like considering different body sizes, right? So diverse body types. So products initially that you would always find for extra small and small, now they start they're launching their products with the plus sizes and then
True.
moving to smaller sizes. So that is
It
in a
has been
way,
becoming more
yeah,
normal if we
hmm,
see the days from before, right?
yeah, more inclusive that way. Yeah. Then yeah, the educational content is also something very important. So um, discussing body image psychology and promoting self acceptance. So I feel that nowadays, like many most of the colleges, institutes and school, they have like a subject in psychology or at least related. So promoting that, right? So inclusive education.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, let us to make the lecture more engaging and interesting for the viewers, I just thought if we could, discuss some of the myths and facts which is associated to body image and social media.
Okay, that will be a
Um,
great thing.
yeah,
I would love to. Yes.
yeah. So maybe what I'll just tell statement and you share your opinion whether it is a myth or a fact. Okay.
Okay.
So the first is. Do you think that spending 2 to 5 hours on social media does not affect the mood? Is it a myth or a fact?
Well, if we think about what I have read till now, if you are crossing 2 hours, then automatically it started affecting your mood. So I'll say it's a myth.
Okay.
And to explain that, I'd also want to add even 2 or 5 hours of daily social media use can affect mood in significant ways. At first, it may feel entertaining or relaxing, but prolonged scrolling after leaves people feeling more tired, anxious, and
Right.
even caught in cycle of comparisons. So here I would also like to add one of the statement which you have to tell the audience or the students whether it's a myth or fact. So do you believe filters and editing apps do not change how people perceive themselves?
I think over our discussion, I have like highlighted about it that uh, about the upward comparison, right? So if you are looking at celebrities, and you will of course compare yourself, like the more whatever content we see, like if suppose I am looking at content about healthy eating or terrace farming or gardening, okay, so I will see that okay, organic farming and looking at how I can grow vegetables at home. So if I saw the video, I got interested. So I will, of course, because of the algorithm, I'll get more of such videos. So what will happen is, after I keep my phone aside, I'll keep thinking about, oh, what I can do at my home in my land space. Can I plan this or plan that? So similarly, like that, when we are looking at celebrities, and it's not just the positive, like you're looking at their lives, and getting more of such content, we will compare. It is
Okay.
normal human behavior, and even theories of psychology that I have mentioned says that we have the tendency to compare.
And social media
Yeah.
doesn't discriminate also, right?
Yeah. So even in real life or real life and real life, we do that.
Ha.
Yeah.
Unknowingly or knowingly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe I'll ask you the next statement, and you tell whether it is a myth or a fact. So social media trends are harmless and have no impact on self-image. What do you think?
As we have talked many things about the social media, I personally find it might be a myth. And here, to keep the statement for whether it's a myth or fact, I would like to add some of my own definitions on that. Despite seeming fun or harmless, these trends can actually have a real impact on self-image. They often encourage dieting, like over exercising or other unhealthy behaviors, especially among young people who feel pressure to match what they see online. And think about it. Have you ever felt the urge to follow a trend just because everyone else seemed to be doing it? And we really have to reflect on it. That's exactly the kind of subtle social pressure these trends create. So, here, do you believe that there are strategies to protect mental health while using social media?
Yeah, so what the statement that you said is actually a fact. There are actually strategies that we all can apply, and not just for social media, but in our day-to-day life as well. So first, we will have to be aware that how much content we are actually consuming. So we should try to reduce our screen time. Not for social media, but in general digital, like whatever content from laptop or phone usage, we have to reduce that. Okay, and then especially for the social media, because of the influence, the negative influence, we have to be aware that like to have a positive mental health state, we have to unfollow accounts that are promoting such content and try to follow those which are actually making us feel good
And beneficial for
yeah
us
beneficial,
too.
like those that are promoting body positivity, not those who are showing curated lives of their celebrity or influencers. So doing that, and of course engaging in activities that are off your screen time, keeping your phone aside and engaging in activities that are not associated to that. Maybe you can go for a walk, practice some mindfulness exercise, practice some deep breathing exercise, engage in activities. If you stay at home with your family, spending time with them, going out, cooking something at home. If you stay alone, maybe like going out, meeting your friends. If you stay alone, you can even try new hobbies, trying to find something around you. So that way we are protected and we are balancing our the screen time, our online life, and also our real life. Yeah.
Okay, and that's how we will also be more good on communication too.
Yeah. So when we are looking at the screen, we do not realize how much time is gone and how it is affecting our mind. Of course, that as I said, negatively. So we are watching the screen for hours and hours and hours. So it's important that we learn how to use these strategies to have a healthier lifestyle. Yeah, so maybe as we can see in this slide, it's very important that we learn to build resilience, and we are able to overcome these struggles. So first, it's important that we are aware, so understanding that mechanism, how it is playing. Then the second is of course action. So I mentioned few strategies and we'll talk further. So implementing these strategies, we all know that we have to be aware, but how much we are actually implementing. So action is the most important. And
So first awareness is needed, and you mean to say, and once the awareness has developed, we have to also do some action for that.
yeah.
Okay.
So I know, but if I'm not acting on it, there is no use of what I have known or learned, right? And then once I have become aware, I am implementing, then I can advocate for it.
Oh,
Right? So
true.
if I'm not applying, I cannot just go and promote that, oh, this is this and this is that. I have to first live a healthy lifestyle, and then I can promote, advocate about it.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of little knowledge is very dangerous.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
completely right.
Hmm.
Sometimes small things, that
Hmm.
quotes we learned in the
Hmm.
childhood is very
Yes.
much important
Hmm.
for us in today's world.
True.
Yeah. So now let us look at maybe
Hmm.
some of the strategies for
Hmm.
positive body image.
Hmm.
I'll tell some, and
Hmm.
I'd request for you to
Hmm.
add to that.
Okay.
So at an individual level, I
Hmm.
think like one approach is to avoid over curating your online life.
Hmm.
You may see such content, but try to be away from that.
Hmm.
Try to avoid using
Hmm.
too much of filters,
Hmm.
and try to show more about who you are actually. And secondly, it's important that we ask, why am I even showing myself,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Why it is important that I'm showing my photo to the
Hmm.
world? What am I trying to achieve?
Hmm. The
Is it,
intention
yeah,
behind it.
intention,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
whether I'm seeking likes or
Hmm.
comments, so then
Hmm.
also it tells that it
True.
is how it is
Hmm.
affecting. But if I'm trying to promote, advocate,
Hmm.
that's why I'm showing, then that is a positive
Hmm.
thing, right?
Hmm.
So that is it. Apart from that, equally it is very important that the
Hmm.
self-worth is not measured,
Hmm.
like I said, the likes and the comments
Hmm.
and the followers. So we have to apart from avoiding such curated version, trying to not show that side of
Hmm.
ourselves, also being aware of the likes and comments,
Hmm.
the reinforcement, like in psychology,
Hmm.
like we say,
Hmm.
positive reinforcement. The more likes we get, the
Hmm.
more we are motivated to do
Hmm.
that. So and
Hmm.
if we are not getting likes, or we
Hmm.
are constantly checking, because we are this, our mind is pushing us ki, okay, just check, just check, so we have to be aware of it.
Here, another practical strategy is consciously curate your social media feed and take a moment to think, are there accounts you follow that make you feel insecure or anxious? Or consider unfollowing or muting those accounts and instead engage with content that promotes self acceptance, as we have discussed before, and positivity. So remember, algorithm also notice what you interact with and tend to show how more of the same. So being intentional can really change your online experiences. And have you ever noticed trying muting or blocking an account to protect your mental health?
Yeah, I have tried, but that's a good thing that keeping, if you mute yourself from these platforms, then it helps, because the moment you get a notification, you will feel the urge to check that. But also, I feel along with that, a lot of self control also needs to be there. If somebody is struggling with that, of course, I'll suggest that you should seek professional help. But yeah, these platforms, or muting, taking such actions do work at times. Yeah.
It also reminds us to be mindful about how we are using social media, right? So
Yeah.
let's come into the peer and community strategies. On a broader level, open peer discussions can be really powerful. And let me also ask all the viewers and the learners, how many of you have ever talked to friends about feeling stressed or self-conscious after scrolling through social media? And sharing experiences like this, whether help them or not, and does it reduce the stigma around body image and the concerns, and also remind us that we are not alone in these feelings. And another strategy is a digital detox, taking intentional breaks from social media. Even short breaks can give you perspective, reduce compulsive scrolling, and help you reconnect with real life. Think about it. And when was the last time you went a day without checking your feeds, and how did it feels?
And I think also beyond the individual, collective advocacy is important, right? So I think as a community, we should be doing that together, supporting such campaigns which are promoting such body diversity, and also amplifying authentic voices that are online. So I think like with this we come to the end of our lecture, right? Because we have covered about the theories, we understood the connection, how we are getting affected, and what we can do about it. So to summarize today's lecture, so we have seen that social media strongly influences body image through appearance ideals, and these influences can be understood through social comparison and objectification theory that I have highlighted.
And we also noted how influencers, celebrities, and advertisement can both reinforce unrealistic standards and promote healthier, inclusive messages.
Right, and apart from that, we also looked at this awareness and mindful engagement with social media is important. Like we have to make a conscious choice, right? And we have to safeguard our mental health. So we are not saying that you should not be using social media, but what we are trying to promote is use it with caution, use it with knowledge, awareness, right? So that is what we are trying to promote.
True. And with that, we come to an end, and we both would like to thank you for attending our lecture. And we encourage you to reflect on your own digital practices and consider how you contribute to a healthier online culture. Thank you.
Thank you so much.